Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, shout out to Manscaped. This video was brought to you by Manscaped. Yes, sir, Manscaped. Big Manscaped, as I like to call them. Listen, man, make sure you tap in, get yourself a Lawnmower 4.0, the various fragrances that they have for men. Just go ahead, man. They got something going on for back to school. You know what I'm saying? So use code Brunson, save 20% off, get your free shipping, and the free shipping I full for that for y'all. Nobody don't like paying for no shipping, but Manscaped by far is one of the best company out there that's doing these type of things for men. Listen, before she come play on the field, make sure the grass trimmed. Manscaped.
Nothing more, nothing lesser. Catch you falling like the clothes slipping off your dresser. I made a spiritual.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get back into the meat and potatoes real quick, man. You know what I mean? Devonta Smith, man. You know, we haven't really talked about Devonta Smith a lot in training camp. Well, I know I haven't. I haven't really talked about him a lot in training camp because, you know, for the most part, from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, that he's doing what he's supposed to be doing as a rookie wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like the small stuff that you would expect. Passing physicals. He's doing that. He's being out there treated like a #1 wide receiver, and he's making plays. You know what I mean? He's doing what he got to do in training camp, and you know, that's what I expect from Devonta Smith. But you know, what we're not going to do is we're not going to question this man's toughness. We're not going to do that, man. We're not going to do it. I know everybody want to say he's too small so bad, but come on, man. He is who he is, the Heisman winning wide receiver. Devonta Smith is learning how to be a pro like every other rookie wide receiver that came out of this draft class. You know what I'm saying? And he already has, you know, key things in his back pocket that I think going to help him excel to being the best wide receiver out of this draft class. For instance, man, there were reports earlier in the week that Steven Nelson hit him pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? He got back up, but I don't think he did much practicing after that. This is what I'm talking about steel sharpening steel. Everybody else, listen, he know what to expect from his guys in practice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else ain't going to be able to get over on him because he ain't having no soft practices. Darius Slay also reportedly is not letting up on him. You know what I mean? And that's great. That's great. That's great. They rave about his toughness and how he approaches the game and how he prepares already as a rookie. So they're going out there going the extra mile to making sure that he could be the best wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles moving forward. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Reports came out, man, that they're going to be monitoring his leg or something like that. So conflicting. You know, we can't really pay attention to that stuff because if it was serious, they would say he's going in for an MRI, this, that, and the third. Listen to the key words. They have to spin a story. They have to tell us about everything. How many times do they say guys out for illness? It's not COVID related. They tell us way too much about some of these injuries. I heard he fell, scraped his leg, it was a bit of blood. He still continued practice. Not much to talk about, not much to see here. You know what I'm saying? But listen, be mindful of the reports and how the reports are structured in a way to get you to think that something is exactly what it's not. You know what I mean? The kid is okay. He's performing. He's getting #1 reps, #1 targets. He will be a factor this upcoming season. He absolutely has to be a factor. You know what I mean? For us to be able to do anything in the passing game. Because it looks like when you think about it, the wide receiving core, you know, I think Fulgham will get a much more of a chance to play this season, which is a good thing as well. But everything's the same except for the addition of Devonta Smith. You still have Jalen Reagor out here, you know, dealing with other things, you know, besides football. Like my advice to any athlete at the professional level who gets paid to play a sport is to, when things are going bad in your personal life, consume yourself with that sport as much as you can. Consume yourself with your hobby, with your passion as much as you can. And that way everything else will work itself out. Because football should be your safe space. Your safe space. You shouldn't be coming to practice with so much on your mind that you can't practice. It's your job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sympathetic at what you could be going through. Trust me, because I go through a lot of stuff as well. But at this end of the day, you got to be able to, you know, channel it and make something positive out of it. Hey, man, I can't wait to see Devonta Taylor on the football field. I can't wait to see him on the football field. I talked about him a lot last year, wondering why him and Sean Bradley didn't get a lot of these reps. But Devonta Taylor is going to be getting some starting reps, I think, this upcoming season, and I'm ecstatic. You know, I could live with a starting core of Eric Wilson, Devonta Taylor, and Alex Singleton. I can live with that. I feel confident with that for some reason. You know what I mean? And Davion Teller out here, wow, and the coaches, we talked about this in the last video, is a huge step forward in his development because he was thought as just an athletic project. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for a couple of these guys. Now, some stocks went up, some stocks went down. I checked out my guy Liam's video from Philly Sports Network. Supposed to be getting a collab in with him real soon. He did a real cool article about whose stock was up and whose stock was down, and I gotta agree with it, man. A lot of people, you can really guess whose stock is up, but Josh Sweat, I would say his stock is up. Derek Barnett's stock is up. Who else stock is up? I would even say Jalen Hurts' stock is up, the way he's performing in practice. Nick Mullins is another guy whose stock is up. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about guys whose stock is down, you got to think about Jalen Reagor. His stock could be a little down right now. That doesn't mean he's not going to make the roster. He's a first-round pick from last year. He's going to make the roster, but his stock is down. So when you're drafted as a high pick and you don't perform, the worst likely scenario is for you to not get a lot of playing time. You're just going to be a number one round, a first-round pick, being behind guys drafted in the third and the fourth round. You got to grind. You got to prove that you was worthy of the spot, man. It is what it is. Andre Dillard's stock is down. And this is interesting. Is Andre Dillard's stock down, or is Derek Barnett and Josh Sweat really that good? Are they really that good? Because the way Derek Barnett and Josh Sweat are battling, I almost feel like one of them is going to get a franchise tag or something. That they're going to be so good this year that we ain't going to be able to let both of them go. And you still got Brandon Graham that's performing. Is this a case to where we have to let somebody go? Also, I heard Tyron Jackson's stock is up, another edge rusher. You know, that we drafted late in the draft last year. So it's a lot of guys that's showing some real promise. Oh, how could I forget about Jordan Mailata's stock being up? I mean, it seems to be coming together in the way that it should be. You know what I mean? In terms of football. And I'm excited to see what the future holds for the Philadelphia Eagles. I just can't wait. I just can't wait. You know what I'm saying? For the season to start. I can't wait, man. It's going to be a good one. But the Devonta Smith reports, in my opinion, right now, they seem and appear to be a little smoke and mirror. I mean, it's a little coding in there. But from what I heard, you know what I'm saying, it was just a little fall, scraped his leg. Probably had to get the blood cleaned up. It ain't a game. It's no rush for practice to tape him up and put him back in practice. Come on, man. Let's all use our heads. Let's think about this. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. The injury, it appears to not be severe at all. We would have been hurt if it was severe. You know what I'm saying? This is Philly media sports. And the way that they exaggerate things and get you guys jumping up and down, you know, we're going to put an end to that this football season because we're going to talk about the real and keep it real here when we talk about Eagles football. So like I said, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Couple videos coming later on, man. You already know the vibes. Lord Brunson. We out.